The Everyday Hero Manifesto. This video is based on key insights from the book The Everyday Hero Manifesto by Robin Sharma. Section 1. Robin Sharma begins this section reflecting on a simple scene, enjoying coffee and music as spring arrives, to connect with the reader on a personal level. He thinks about the many people he's met who feel a longing for something more in their lives, a desire to truly live with purpose and express their unique talents. Sharma emphasizes that many people already know what they want, a life filled with creativity, impact, and joy, but struggle to actually achieve it. He points out that potential left unused causes unhappiness, and chasing goals based on what society values often feels empty. Sharma stresses the importance of self-belief, reminding readers that the biggest obstacle to a fulfilling life is often themselves. He shares his own story, detailing how he was once a struggling lawyer who felt unfulfilled, despite outward success. This illustrates a key point: external achievements don't guarantee inner peace. He decided to actively rebuild his life, focusing on personal growth and spiritual development. This is where activating positivity begins, not by pretending everything is perfect, but by committing to inner work even when things are tough. Sharma uses the metaphor of the golden Buddha, hidden under layers of earth, to explain that our greatest strengths are often buried beneath self-doubt and negative experiences. The author explains that life isn't about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with courage. He acknowledges that setbacks and difficulties are inevitable, and even valuable, because they build resilience and deepen our understanding of ourselves. He uses Helen Keller's quote about bravery and patience to show that joy is often experienced because of hardship, not in spite of it. Sharma encourages readers to embrace their imperfections and view their struggles as opportunities for growth. This is a crucial step in maximizing productivity, as it allows us to learn from mistakes and keep moving forward. He suggests that feeling not okay is perfectly acceptable and can even be a sign of spiritual progress. Sharma then shares a personal story about publishing his book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. He faced rejection and criticism, but refused to give up on his vision. He highlights the importance of perseverance, even when others doubt you. This story is a powerful example of how to activate positivity in the face of adversity. He received discouraging feedback from editors and authors, but he trusted his intuition and continued to pursue his dream. This demonstrates that maximizing productivity isn't about avoiding failure, but about learning from it and staying committed to your goals. The author emphasizes that true success isn't measured by material possessions or external validation, but by the progress we make towards becoming our best selves. He encourages readers to focus on their own journey, rather than comparing themselves to others. Sharma urges readers to take action today, to push their boundaries, and to continuously learn and grow. He suggests leading by example, influencing others through positive actions, and creating work that reflects their values. This is how to live a life of purpose, by aligning your actions with your beliefs and making a meaningful contribution to the world. Sharma concludes by reminding readers that the path to greatness is rarely easy, but it is always worth pursuing. Section 2. Robin Sharma believes everyone has the power to become a hero in their own life, starting each day with a choice to move from feeling like a victim to taking control. He emphasizes that a positive mindset is key, explaining that people who constantly say can't are held back by fear. Sharma uses the example of Winston Churchill, who powerfully used language to inspire a nation during wartime, showing how words can be tools for building a better future. He suggests practicing positive self-talk, like repeating affirmations in the morning, to reprogram your thoughts and boost confidence. This is about actively choosing to believe in your ability to succeed, rather than letting doubt hold you back. Sharma stresses the importance of taking responsibility for your life and delivering results, instead of making excuses. He points out that blaming external factors gives your power away, while owning your actions allows you to create the life you want. He shares a story of a business owner complaining about government support, highlighting how focusing on solutions is more effective than dwelling on problems. This is about shifting from a passive role to an active one, recognizing that you have the ability to shape your destiny. To live a life of purpose, Sharma encourages readers to let go of the past and focus on creating a brighter future. He explains that dwelling on past hurts or disappointments prevents you from moving forward. Instead, he suggests learning from experiences and using them as fuel for growth. He shares how successful people he's mentored use past challenges to motivate them to achieve even greater things. This is about reframing your history not as a prison, but as a valuable learning experience. Sharma also tackles the difference between being busy and being productive. He warns against getting caught up in fake work, activities that feel important but don't actually contribute to meaningful progress. He suggests prioritizing tasks that align with your goals and eliminating distractions. This is about working smarter, not harder, and focusing your energy on activities that truly move you closer to your dreams. Finally, Sharma advocates for a life of service, arguing that giving to others is more rewarding than simply taking. He explains that a mindset of generosity and contribution leads to greater happiness and fulfillment. He shares a quote from Golda Meir about creating the best version of yourself and encourages readers to use their talents to make a positive impact on the world. Sharma's own father exemplified this principle, dedicating his life to helping others as a doctor and instilling in him the importance of service. Sharma concludes by sharing a personal story about his journals being taken, emphasizing the importance of authenticity and self-acceptance. He believes that being vulnerable and sharing your true self, flaws and all, is a sign of courage. He encourages readers to embrace their imperfections and continue working on themselves, even in the face of criticism. He uses the analogy of a three-ring circus to illustrate the complexity and beauty of life, reminding us to find joy and wonder in the journey. Sharma's message is ultimately about living a life of intention, purpose, and kindness. He believes that by shifting your mindset, taking responsibility for your actions, and focusing on service, you can unlock your full potential and create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. He encourages readers to remember that even small acts of positivity and generosity can have a ripple effect, creating a better world for everyone. Section 3. Robin Sharma begins by sharing a simple yet powerful observation from a trip to Costa Rica. A hotel employee, while wishing him a perfect stay, immediately added, "Of course, nothing's perfect." Sharma realized this was a key to happiness, accepting that life, like nature, isn't about flawlessness, but about embracing what is. He explains that striving for perfection can actually hold us back, causing stress and disappointment. Instead, recognizing imperfection allows for more peace and a more cheerful outlook. He uses examples like Michelangelo, Tolstoy, and Curie, all masters in their fields, who likely would have found things to improve even in their greatest works. This illustrates that even the best achievements aren't perfect, and that's okay. Sharma then shifts to the importance of your surroundings, what he calls your ecosystem, and how it impacts your energy and performance. He argues that what you take in, the people you spend time with, the media you consume, even the food you eat, either lifts you up or drags you down. He introduces the IPOP principle, input positivity and you'll output positivity. This means surrounding yourself with positive influences to create positive results. He contrasts this with filling your mind with negativity, which he says will stifle creativity and productivity. He uses the example of artists like Andrew Wyeth, J.D. Salinger, and Ian Fleming, who intentionally created peaceful, inspiring environments to fuel their work. The author then tackles the habit of using negative language, even when intending to be complimentary. He points out how casually people use words like sick or kill in positive contexts, and how these words actually carry negative meanings that can subtly affect our mindset. Sharma emphasizes that the words we use shape our thoughts and beliefs, and therefore, our reality. He shares a personal story about a taxi driver who repeatedly said achieving his dream of moving to Canada was impossible. demonstrating how self-limiting language can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. He encourages readers to choose their words carefully, focusing on positivity and possibility. Sharma then shares the inspiring story of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, to illustrate resilience and the power of perseverance. He details her journey from poverty and single motherhood to becoming a billionaire author and philanthropist. He highlights the numerous obstacles she faced: rejections from publishers, the loss of her mother, and even being advised to change her name to appeal to a male audience. Despite these challenges, Rowling continued to write, using her difficulties as fuel for her creativity. Sharma uses Rowling's story as a powerful example of the Japanese concept of kintsugi, repairing broken pottery with gold, making it even more beautiful and valuable. He emphasizes that setbacks don't diminish us, they make us stronger and more unique. Rowling's story embodies the proverb, "Fall down 7 times. Rise up 8, demonstrating that success isn't about avoiding failure, but about getting back up after each fall. Ultimately, Sharma encourages readers to actively cultivate positivity, diligence, and integrity in their lives. He urges them to fill their minds with ambitious goals and to remember the story of the chestnut seller, a man who found joy and purpose in his work despite facing hardship. He reminds us that we all have the power to shape our future and create a life filled with happiness, serenity, and meaning. Section 4. Robin Sharma begins by reminding us that we often don't appreciate good health until we get sick. A simple truth illustrated by a note he received from a CEO in Qatar. This sets the stage for his central idea. True success isn't just about mindset, it's about a holistic approach to well-being, encompassing mindset, heart-set, health-set, and soul-set. He argues that while thinking positively is important, it's not enough. We also need to deal with our emotions, the sadness, anger, and fear we all carry, because these hidden feelings can block our energy and creativity. Think of it like trying to run a race with a heavy backpack. You can have the right attitude, but the weight will slow you down. Sharma suggests that addressing these emotional wounds is key to unlocking our full potential. Sharma explains that many people focus on learning new things, but don't truly integrate that knowledge. It's like reading a recipe, but never actually cooking the dish. To really make a change, we need to feel the truth of what we're learning, not just understand it with our minds. This leads him to introduce the concept of the 4 interior empires: mindset, heart-set, health-set, and soul-set. He emphasizes that all 4 need to be developed to achieve true success and happiness. Ignoring any one of them will hold us back. He uses the analogy of building a strong house. You need a solid foundation, health-set, strong walls, mindset, a warm heart-set, and a guiding spirit, soul-set. The bulk of the chapter focuses on health-set, which Sharma defines as our physical well-being. He stresses that you can't change the world if you're sick or exhausted. He introduces the Trinity of Radiant Vitality as a framework for improving our physical health. The first part of this trinity is exercise. Sharma explains that moving our bodies, especially in the morning, releases chemicals like dopamine, BDNF, norepinephrine, and serotonin. These chemicals aren't just about physical fitness. They boost our mood, improve our focus, and even help us learn faster. It's like giving your brain a supercharge. He suggests a second wind workout in the late afternoon to keep the energy flowing. He shares his own habit of walking in the forest, highlighting the benefits of being in nature. Nutrition is the second element of the Trinity. Sharma encourages eating real, whole foods instead of processed foods, and even considers adding supplements to fill any nutritional gaps. He shares his own experience with getting a genetic analysis, which helped him understand what his body specifically needed. He uses the idea of biohacking, making small changes to your lifestyle to improve your health based on your unique genetic makeup. He also talks about the benefits of fasting, explaining how it can improve brain function and boost energy levels. However, he wisely cautions readers to consult their doctor before making any major changes to their diet. Finally, Sharma emphasizes the importance of recovery. He argues that rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Just like athletes need to rest to perform at their best, we all need to prioritize sleep, relaxation, and activities that recharge our batteries. He suggests that true renewal requires stepping away from work and engaging in activities we enjoy. He uses the analogy of a forest that needs disturbances to grow stronger, suggesting that challenges and setbacks are opportunities for growth. Sharma then shares a personal story about indulging in a large Italian meal after a period of intense work. He uses this as an example of the importance of balance. He explains Aristotle's golden mean doctrine, which suggests finding the middle ground between extremes. He cautions against being overly restrictive, as this can lead to cravings and overindulgence. He believes that enjoying life's pleasures in moderation is a healthy and sustainable approach. The chapter concludes with a powerful message about self-worth. Sharma reminds us that everyone is unique and valuable, regardless of their accomplishments or possessions. He encourages readers to focus on their own strengths and to celebrate their individuality. He provides a morning declaration to recite, designed to reprogram the mind and cultivate a positive mindset. This declaration emphasizes taking responsibility, embracing challenges, and living with purpose. Sharma's overall message is one of empowerment. We all have the potential to live extraordinary lives, but it requires consistent effort, self-compassion, and a commitment to nurturing all four of our interior empires. Section 5. Robin Sharma begins this chapter reflecting on his busy life, traveling between Rome, Sweden, and Dubai for speaking engagements. However, he notes a shift in his priorities. Sharma is intentionally choosing to speak less, wanting to spend more time writing and enjoying simpler things like cooking. This illustrates a core principle of living a life of purpose, intentionally designing your life around what truly matters to you, rather than getting swept up in external demands. It's about proactively choosing fulfillment, not passively waiting for it to happen. Sharma shares a small but powerful story about a chance encounter in a Dubai airport elevator. He complimented a man on his motocross cap, a nod to a childhood passion. He almost didn't say anything, fearing rejection. This highlights a common obstacle to positivity and purpose, the fear of what others might think. Sharma realized life is too short to let fear hold you back from small moments of connection. He took the risk, and the man unexpectedly gave him the cap. This demonstrates the power of vulnerability and taking action despite discomfort. Sharma then reciprocated by gifting the man a copy of his book, The 5 a.m. Club, showing how generosity and kindness can create a ripple effect. This act embodies living with purpose, using your resources to positively impact others. The author emphasizes that even amidst global negativity, he observes a surprising amount of decency and kindness in everyday life. He points to everyday heroes and random acts of nobility. This is a crucial element of activating positivity. Sharma isn't ignoring the bad in the world, but actively choosing to focus on the good. He quotes Etienne de Grelet, reminding us to act with kindness now, because opportunities to do so may not come again. This reinforces the idea that purpose isn't some grand, distant goal, but a series of small, meaningful actions taken in the present moment. Sharma's continued wearing of the gifted cap serves as a tangible reminder of this lesson. Sharma then transitions to a personal story about learning to spin cycle. He initially struggled, feeling embarrassed and out of place. He could have quit, but he persisted, showing up consistently despite his difficulties. This is a powerful metaphor for maximizing productivity and achieving any goal. Sharma explains that small, consistent efforts, mini victories, are more effective than bursts of intense effort followed by burnout. He emphasizes that growth in one area of life, physical fitness, often spills over into others. This illustrates the interconnectedness of well-being and the importance of building habits that support your overall purpose. The author recounts a trip to Los Angeles with his son and a conversation with acquaintances about red flags in relationships. Sharma shares a hard-earned lesson: trust your instincts and believe people when they show you who they are. This is a vital component of both personal and professional productivity. Recognizing and addressing problematic patterns early on saves time, energy, and heartache. Sharma acknowledges his natural tendency to see the best in people, but cautions against ignoring warning signs. He stresses the importance of self-awareness and honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. Sharma concludes with a call to embrace creativity and challenge convention. He uses the analogy of a masterwork, emphasizing that truly exceptional work takes time, patience, and a willingness to push boundaries. He encourages readers to be renegades and revolutionaries, rejecting the ordinary in pursuit of their unique vision. He cites examples of innovative figures like Miles Davis and Salvador Dali, highlighting their willingness to break the rules and forge their own paths. Sharma's message is clear. Living a life of purpose requires courage, authenticity, and a relentless commitment to your creative potential. He encourages readers to try new things, even if they are scary, and to embrace their strangeness as a source of strength. Section 6. Robin Sharma begins by emphasizing that believing in yourself is key to making your dreams real and sticking with things when they get tough. He uses the story of Erwin Swifty Lazar, a Hollywood agent, to show this. Swifty wasn't afraid to talk to Frank Sinatra, even though Sinatra was famous and initially dismissive. Swifty's confidence and persistence paid off, teaching us that boldness and self-belief can open doors. This relates to activating positivity because it shows how a positive mindset, believing in your worth, and your ideas can lead to amazing opportunities. It also boosts productivity because it gives you the courage to take action instead of being held back by fear. Sharma then shifts to the idea that everyone experiences hardship or trauma in some way. He explains that trauma isn't just about big, scary events like war or abuse. It's about all the difficult things life throws at us, even smaller ones like arguments or disappointments. He encourages readers to see these experiences not as something that breaks you, but as lessons that can help you grow. This is about purpose, because understanding that struggles are part of life can help you find meaning in them and use them to become a stronger, more compassionate person. It activates positivity by reframing negative experiences as opportunities for growth. The author shares a story about a cafe manager who showed kindness to a regular customer after her husband passed away. The manager didn't just offer coffee, she offered companionship and a listening ear. Sharma uses this to illustrate the power of human connection and the importance of treating others with kindness. This ties into living a life of purpose because it shows how small acts of generosity can make a big difference in someone's life. It also activates positivity by highlighting the joy that comes from helping others. Productivity is indirectly boosted because focusing on serving others can give you a sense of fulfillment that motivates you to do your best work. Sharma then dives into the idea that reaching success isn't enough. You need to maintain it. He outlines 7 threats to world-class performance, like talent erosion, losing your skills if you don't keep practicing, energetic diversion, getting distracted by negativity and unimportant things, and lifestyle complexity, letting success make your life too complicated. He stresses the importance of protecting your energy, staying focused on your craft, and avoiding arrogance. This is about maximizing productivity because it's a reminder that consistent effort and self-awareness are crucial for long-term success. It also connects to purpose by emphasizing the need to stay true to your values and avoid getting caught up in superficial things. Finally, Sharma acknowledges that people won't always appreciate your efforts. He suggests expecting ungratefulness and not letting it bother you. He encourages readers to focus on living according to their own values and doing good, regardless of whether they receive thanks. This is a powerful lesson in activating positivity because it frees you from the need for external validation. It allows you to live a life of purpose driven by your own internal compass, rather than by the expectations of others. It also indirectly supports productivity by removing the emotional drain of seeking approval. Sharma's message is ultimately about cultivating inner strength and resilience so you can live a fulfilling life, no matter what challenges you face. Section 7. Robin Sharma begins by sharing a personal story about attempting to become a ski instructor, highlighting that life often throws unexpected challenges our way. He recounts the humbling experience of heli-skiing, where despite training, he found himself unprepared for the conditions and felt completely out of his depth. Sharma uses this anecdote to illustrate that growth happens when we confront our fears and step outside our comfort zones. It's not about avoiding difficulty, but leaning into it, because those tough moments reveal hidden strengths we never knew we possessed. This directly ties into activating positivity, recognizing that even failures are lessons in disguise, opportunities for growth, and ultimately happening for us, not to us. Sharma then introduces the triad of productivity principles, explaining how our mental energy is limited, like a battery that drains with stress and distractions. He calls this cognitive bandwidth. He explains that constantly switching between tasks leaves attention residue, a mental clutter that hinders focus and creativity. Think of it like trying to write a story while constantly checking your phone. Your brain can't fully concentrate. To maximize productivity, Sharma stresses the importance of protecting this mental energy and minimizing interruptions. He also points out that intense work requires periods of rest and recovery, a concept he calls productive exhaustion. Just like an athlete needs to rest after a hard workout, our brains need downtime to recharge and perform at their best. The author then presents the peak productivity strategies pyramid, starting with identifying your lifetime Big Five, the 5 most important things you want to achieve in your life. This is about purpose. Knowing these priorities helps you focus your energy and avoid getting sidetracked by less important things. Sharma then emphasizes the importance of aligning your actions with your deep 5 values, the core beliefs that guide your decisions. When your life is in harmony with your values, you experience a sense of fulfillment and authenticity. He then outlines 6 daily habits, or SOPs, that high achievers practice, including waking up early, journaling, exercising, continuous learning, focused work blocks, and weekly planning. These aren't just about getting things done. They're about building a life of discipline and intention. Sharma stresses the value of building a support system, a team of experts who can help you reach your full potential. He compares it to a professional athlete who relies on coaches, trainers, and therapists. He also advocates for creating a tight bubble of total focus, minimizing distractions and dedicating specific time to deep, uninterrupted work. This is about protecting your cognitive bandwidth and maximizing your productivity. He suggests a 5 great hours promise, focusing on 5 hours of intense, focused work each day, followed by rest and recovery. This isn't about working harder, but working smarter. Finally, Sharma shares 40 life lessons he's learned, covering topics like the importance of family, fitness, relationships, and self-respect. These lessons reinforce the idea that a fulfilling life isn't just about achieving goals, but about living in alignment with your values and prioritizing what truly matters. He emphasizes the power of self-belief, the importance of learning from setbacks, and the value of living a life of purpose. Sharma concludes by highlighting the story of Misty Copeland, a ballerina who overcame adversity to achieve greatness, demonstrating that with dedication and self-belief, anything is possible. The entire chapter encourages readers to actively design a life filled with positivity, productivity, and purpose. Section 8. Robin Sharma shares his thoughts on how a fulfilling life is built, starting with the power of books. He believes books are an amazing investment because they give you access to brilliant ideas and the wisdom of great thinkers for a small price. Sharma often buys multiple copies of his favorite books, like As You Think and The Alchemist, not just for himself, but to share with others. He explains that some books you read quickly, some you study carefully, and a few become life-changing companions you revisit often. This highlights the importance of continuous learning and seeking knowledge as a way to activate positivity by filling your mind with valuable insights. Sharma illustrates this point with a personal story about his trips to Rome. He describes a ritual of visiting a small bookshop near the Spanish Steps, always seeking out his favorite edition of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. He emphasizes that wisdom isn't about knowing everything at once, but about growing into understanding. He recalls not fully grasping The Alchemist when he first read it, but appreciating its depth later as he gained more life experience. This demonstrates that maximizing productivity isn't just about doing more, but about allowing time for reflection and personal growth, letting wisdom unfold as you evolve. The author stresses the importance of perseverance, drawing on the Stoic philosophy of Marcus Aurelius. He shares a powerful quote about not giving up when your body is still strong, encouraging readers to become poet warriors. This means living a peaceful, gentle life while also fiercely pursuing your dreams. Sharma suggests finding a balance between simplicity and dedication, consistently working towards your goals, even when it's hard. This is a key element of living a life of purpose, having a clear vision and relentlessly pursuing it. Sharma uses the analogy of facing your fears to explain how to overcome obstacles. He tells a story about an old master who walked toward vicious dogs, causing them to turn away. He explains that running from fear only makes it stronger, while confronting it diminishes its power. He shares his own experience of overcoming the fear of public speaking by actively practicing and preparing. This illustrates how to activate positivity by reframing challenges as opportunities for growth and building courage. It also shows how maximizing productivity involves tackling difficult tasks head-on instead of avoiding them. Finally, Sharma emphasizes the importance of exceptional customer service, sharing stories about hotels that went above and beyond to meet their guests' needs. He uses the example of a hotel that chartered a helicopter to deliver a pastry, costing over 2,000 euros. He argues that exceeding expectations is a way to build loyalty and create a legendary brand. This ties into living a life of purpose by demonstrating the power of generosity, kindness, and a commitment to making a positive impact on others. Sharma believes that small acts of thoughtfulness can create lasting impressions and build meaningful relationships, ultimately contributing to a more fulfilling life. Section 9. Robin Sharma begins by sharing a funny story about his friend who symbolically adopted a sloth. He uses this amusing anecdote to make a point. Don't be a sloth. Don't be lazy. Sharma believes that being slow and inactive is the opposite of living a full and meaningful life. He's setting the stage for discussing how to be proactive and make the most of each day, which is key to positivity, productivity, and purpose. Sharma strongly believes that consistent effort is more valuable than natural talent. He's seen many incredibly smart people achieve little, while others with average abilities have become remarkably successful. This is because success isn't about being born with a gift. It's about building good habits and working hard every day. He explains that choosing the harder path, waking up early, exercising, saving money, actually makes life easier in the long run. These habits lead to creativity, good health, financial stability, and a clear conscience, all of which contribute to a happier, more fulfilling life. To illustrate this, Sharma introduces Benjamin Franklin and his system for building virtues. Franklin understood that simply knowing what's right isn't enough. You need to actively work on developing good habits. He created a list of 13 virtues, like temperance, silence, order, and resolution, and tracked his progress on them each day. This methodical approach helped him improve his character and live a more purposeful life. Sharma emphasizes that it's easier to keep a good habit going than to start it again after you've stopped, highlighting the importance of consistency. Sharma then shifts to the idea of embracing your unique strengths, drawing from Aesop's fable of the peacock and the nightingale. The peacock complained about not having the nightingale's beautiful voice, but Juno, the goddess, reminded her that she was blessed with stunning beauty. Everyone has their own special talents, and it's important to appreciate and celebrate what makes you unique. This ties into living a life of purpose because when you focus on your strengths, you can contribute something valuable to the world. The author shares a personal story about someone who spent 20 years fighting a battle, only to win it at a great personal cost. While standing up for what's right is important, Sharma cautions against getting caught up in conflicts that drain your energy and happiness. He suggests carefully choosing your battles and sometimes letting go of the need to be right in order to protect your well-being. This is about finding balance and prioritizing your inner peace, which is essential for sustained positivity and productivity. Sharma then gets a bit meta, discussing his own writing process. He reveals the intense effort and meticulous detail he puts into his work, explaining that he does it out of respect for his readers and a desire to constantly improve. He shares the advice, kill your darlings, meaning that sometimes you have to remove things you love from a project to make it better overall. This is a metaphor for making tough choices and prioritizing quality over sentimentality. He believes that creating something truly great requires discipline, courage, and a willingness to let go of anything that doesn't serve the bigger picture. Ultimately, Sharma's dedication to his craft is driven by a desire to bring truth and beauty into the world, aligning with his sense of purpose. Section 10. Robin Sharma begins by exploring the idea that true generosity isn't about expecting something back. He explains that a gift loses its specialness when given with strings attached, becoming more of a trade. Sharma shares how reading the writings of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and philosopher, helped him understand the concept of benevolence, doing things with pure intentions, mostly for the good of others. He emphasizes that while self-love is important, the greatest happiness comes from giving without wanting a reward. He uses examples like charitable donations done for recognition or helping someone only to brag about it, pointing out that these actions lack the genuine spirit of giving. Sharma encourages readers to deliver kindness with zero strings attached, believing this is where true honor lies and where one can grow into their best self. This ties into living a life of purpose by shifting focus from personal gain to contributing positively to the world. Sharma then shifts to the importance of emotional courage. He argues that showing your feelings isn't weakness, but bravery. He believes many people build emotional walls to protect themselves from pain, but in doing so, they also block out joy and connection. He recalls how children are naturally open and honest with their emotions, and how this openness allows them to experience both happiness and sadness fully. Sharma references Khalil Gibran's idea that joy and sorrow are connected, and that experiencing pain allows us to appreciate happiness more deeply. He explains that suppressing emotions creates a field of hurt that hinders our potential. He introduces his heart-set philosophy, emphasizing the need to feel and process emotions to heal wounds. This is crucial for activating positivity, as acknowledging and working through difficult feelings allows for greater emotional freedom and resilience. The author further explains that avoiding difficult emotions also means avoiding personal growth. He uses the analogy of a shadow, the parts of ourselves we hide, and explains that facing these hidden parts is essential for becoming enlightened. He quotes Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud to support this idea, highlighting that unexpressed emotions don't disappear, but manifest in negative ways. Sharma stresses that focusing solely on mindset without addressing emotional wounds is incomplete. He encourages readers to use his AFRA tool, awareness, feel, release, ascend to process emotions and heal past traumas. This tool is a practical way to activate positivity by confronting and releasing negative energy. Sharma then transitions to the idea that consistent effort, not just time spent, leads to mastery. He shares an experience in an exercise class where a participant was celebrated for attending 1,000 classes, but still lacked skill. He explains that simply repeating an action doesn't guarantee improvement. It requires deliberate practice, focused, intentional effort to get better. He references the work of Anders Ericsson, who studied high performers and found that they didn't just practice for long hours, but practiced effectively with a clear goal of improvement. Sharma emphasizes that this applies to all areas of life, and that consistent, intentional effort is key to maximizing productivity and achieving a life of purpose. He encourages readers to focus on quality over quantity and to approach their goals with a deliberate and focused mindset. Finally, Sharma concludes with a call to action, urging readers to take risks and pursue their dreams. He points out that fear often prevents us from trying, and that the biggest regret is not trying at all. He shares a quote from Wisława Szymborska about how we only know ourselves through challenges. Sharma encourages readers to embrace failure as a learning opportunity and to remember that even if they don't achieve their desired outcome, they will still grow. He reinforces the idea that living a life of purpose requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to step outside of one's comfort zone. Sharma's message is ultimately one of empowerment, encouraging readers to take control of their lives and pursue their passions with unwavering determination. Section 11. Robin Sharma begins by pointing out a surprising idea. Even our greatest strengths can have downsides. He explains that just like Shakespeare's heroes, we all have talents that make us special, but also weaknesses that can cause trouble. It's like a gift that comes with a little bit of a challenge attached. Sharma believes that recognizing this duality is key to living a good life, activating positivity, and maximizing productivity. He uses examples like a talented artist who might be overly critical, or a driven person who struggles with patience. This understanding isn't about holding back, but about being aware of these tendencies and managing them. Sharma then introduces his 2x3x mindset, a simple formula for growth. He suggests that to double your success, you need to triple your effort in 2 areas: becoming really good at who you are and improving your skills. He emphasizes the importance of lifelong learning, comparing education to lighting a fire instead of just filling a container. He quotes Socrates and Einstein to show that true wisdom comes from continuous learning, not just school. This ties into living a life of purpose because constantly growing helps you become the best version of yourself and contribute more to the world. The author then dives into the 3-step success formula, which focuses on awareness, choice, and results. Sharma explains that by becoming more aware of yourself and the world around you, you'll make better choices, which will naturally lead to better outcomes. He provides practical examples, like learning about healthy eating to improve your health, or studying successful artists to improve your own creativity. This formula is a powerful tool for boosting productivity because it encourages intentional action based on knowledge. It's about understanding that small, informed choices add up to big results. Sharma illustrates his points with relatable examples, even sharing a personal story about his fascination with broccoli. He explains how researching the vegetable led him to discover a way to maximize its health benefits. This seemingly small example demonstrates the power of learning and applying that knowledge to improve daily life. It's a reminder that even everyday choices can be opportunities for growth and contribute to a more purposeful existence. The author then shifts to the importance of facing difficulties with resilience. He shares 9 beliefs he's developed to navigate challenges, drawing inspiration from Haruki Murakami's reflections on running. Sharma emphasizes that tough times are temporary, that every problem has a hidden benefit, and that adversity tests our commitment to our dreams. He encourages readers to view chaos as an opportunity and to remember that life always has their back. These beliefs are crucial for maintaining positivity and purpose when facing setbacks. Sharma highlights the idea that life struggles are not punishments, but opportunities for growth. He uses examples of historical figures like Mandela and Martin Luther King Jr. to show how adversity can forge heroes. He encourages readers to embrace challenges, knowing that they will emerge stronger and more resilient. This mindset is essential for living a life of purpose, as it allows you to see obstacles as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Finally, Sharma shares a story about a paralyzed artist, Jean-Dominique Bauby, who wrote a best-selling memoir by blinking his left eyelid. This powerful example demonstrates the incredible human capacity for resilience, creativity, and finding meaning, even in the face of unimaginable hardship. Sharma uses Bauby's story to inspire readers to appreciate life, embrace their own potential, and live with intention, regardless of the challenges they face. He concludes by reminding readers that life is too short to take things too seriously, and to focus on cultivating inner peace and purpose. Section 12. Robin Sharma begins by acknowledging the challenging times we live in, filled with uncertainty and change. He observes that while many people feel overwhelmed and negative, a small group manages to stay positive and hopeful. Sharma believes a key to their success is filling their minds with big dreams, leaving no room for worry. He uses the image of a well, suggesting that if you fill it with positive thoughts, aspirations, passions, and gratitude, there's no space left for negative anxieties. He quotes Louis Brandeis, saying, "Sunlight is the best disinfectant," meaning positive thoughts can chase away negativity. Sharma then introduces the idea of personal leadership, explaining that self-control grows stronger with practice. Every time someone chooses what's right over what's easy, courageous over timid, or excellent over mediocre, they become more powerful. He illustrates this with a simple story about a man picking up after his dog late at night, emphasizing that the man did the right thing even when no one was watching. This act of responsibility, Sharma argues, is what makes him great. He encourages readers to replace negative thoughts with positive ones, believing this will increase their inner strength and confidence. He compares the mind to a garden, suggesting that a positive environment fosters positive thinking, just as good soil helps plants grow. The author then shares a personal anecdote about his wisdom walks, late-night strolls where he reflects on his life and goals. This leads him to discuss the importance of restraint, building on the earlier point about self-control. Sharma then seems to take a surprising turn, stating that positive thinking doesn't really work unless paired with emotional processing. He explains that simply trying to think positively without acknowledging and dealing with difficult emotions can be harmful, like putting a bandage over a deep wound. He uses examples like losing a job or experiencing heartbreak, arguing that suppressing feelings can lead to health problems and a disconnect from one's true self. Sharma stresses the need to feel emotions fully before attempting to reframe them positively. He believes that ignoring pain creates a barrier to joy and creativity. Sharma then shifts to discussing the qualities of highly successful people, those who have achieved significant financial prosperity. He identifies 13 traits, starting with unwavering self-belief and a vision for a brighter future. He notes that these individuals are often rebellious, constantly curious, and don't worry about what others think. They are incredibly consistent and persistent, viewing failures as learning opportunities. They also prioritize long-term gains over instant gratification, invest in their knowledge, and surround themselves with positive influences. Sharma emphasizes that these traits aren't innate gifts, but rather developed through dedication and hard work. He also highlights the importance of taking calculated risks and focusing on opportunities where the potential rewards far outweigh the potential downsides. Finally, Sharma introduces his concept of the 8 forms of wealth, expanding the definition of wealth beyond just money. He outlines 8 areas to focus on: self-mastery, physical fitness, family and friendships, craft and career, money, mentors, adventure, and impact. He explains that a truly fulfilling life requires balance in all these areas. Sharma encourages readers to assess their current level of wealth in each category and to actively work on improving them. He emphasizes the importance of contributing to something larger than oneself and living a life of purpose. He concludes with a quote from Henry James, suggesting that happiness comes from having good health, a comfortable life, a clear conscience, and supportive relationships. Section 13. Robin Sharma begins by emphasizing that true wealth isn't just about money, but encompasses 8 different areas of life. He then introduces a weekly planning system, a tool he personally uses to create a life filled with creativity, productivity, and meaning. Sharma stresses the importance of actually scheduling activities, as those are the things that truly get done, and that vague plans lead to vague results. He believes consistent weekly planning builds momentum, leading to amazing quarters, years, and ultimately, a fulfilling life. He encourages readers to access a downloadable worksheet and accompanying video to fully grasp the system. Sharma dedicates an hour each Sunday morning to plan the week ahead, seeking quiet and contemplation. He suggests this practice boosts self-discipline and consistency. The core of his system starts with connecting to a larger vision. He asks readers to consider what they want their life to stand for, even imagining their own tombstone statement, what they'd want people to say about them after they're gone. This helps ensure the week's activities align with long-term goals. Alongside this, Sharma recommends identifying daily devotions, routines that help you perform at your best. Reviewing these each week keeps you focused on what truly matters, acting as a guiding light. To activate positivity and understand progress, Sharma suggests a weekly story. This involves reflecting on the previous week, listing accomplishments, exercise, learning, and time with loved ones. This practice builds awareness of what's working well, allowing you to repeat successful patterns. It also highlights areas for improvement. Celebrating weekly exceptionals, 3 professional and 3 personal goals achieved fuels motivation and momentum. Sharma also recommends rating the previous week on a scale of 1 to 10, providing a measurable way to track progress and identify areas needing attention. Maximizing productivity, according to Sharma, involves setting truly exceptionals for the coming week, 3 key professional and 3 personal goals. He encourages readers to consider the 8 forms of wealth when prioritizing, remembering activities that contribute to overall well-being. He emphasizes scheduling not just work commitments, but also personal activities like exercise, family time, and hobbies, ensuring a balanced life. Sharma shares an example of his own weekly schedule, highlighting the use of V marks to celebrate completed tasks and notes for reflection. Sharma acknowledges the fear of change and the temptation to rest on past successes. He uses the example of a best-selling author who retreated to a simple motel to rediscover his creative spark, and the jazz musician Miles Davis, who constantly reinvented his style. Sharma stresses the importance of embracing discomfort and pushing boundaries to avoid stagnation. He warns against jumping the shark, a term used to describe when a creative work loses its originality and resorts to desperate measures to maintain attention. Sharma then shares a personal reflection on death, surprisingly expressing a lack of fear. He believes that after physical life ends, our true selves, our souls, return to a state of pure love and creativity. He uses the analogy of upgrading from a 3- or 4-star hotel to a 5-star one, suggesting death isn't something to be feared, but a transition to something even better. He encourages readers to live fully, but without attachment to material possessions or external validation. Finally, Sharma emphasizes the importance of continuous growth and pushing oneself beyond comfort zones. He shares the story of Miles Davis, who never looked back at his past work, always striving for innovation. Sharma encourages readers to embrace challenges, learn from mistakes, and remain committed to serving others, ultimately living a life of purpose and leaving a lasting positive impact on the world. He reminds readers that even amidst difficulties, maintaining a hopeful outlook and practicing kindness are essential for a fulfilling life. Section 14. Robin Sharma begins by connecting the idea of becoming stronger through challenges, something he calls antifragile, to both courage and creativity. He shares how he actively works on building this strength through daily practices like prayer, meditation, and journaling, aiming to become more resilient when life gets tough. Sharma believes that overcoming difficulties leads to incredible breakthroughs. He illustrates this with the story of Gord Downie, the lead singer of the Tragically Hip, a beloved Canadian rock band. Downie, a truly gifted performer, faced a devastating diagnosis of terminal brain cancer. Instead of retreating, Sharma explains, Downie chose to continue making music and performing. The author recounts seeing the Tragically Hip live, including their emotional final concert, emphasizing the band's incredible energy and the outpouring of love from fans. Sharma points out that Downie actually grew stronger as his illness progressed, channeling his energy into his performances. This exemplifies the antifragile concept thriving because of adversity. Downey's story serves as a daily inspiration for Sharma, reminding him of what exceptional artists do. They face challenges head-on and create something meaningful in the process. Sharma then shifts to a discussion about productivity, challenging the common belief that working longer hours equals better results. He argues that we've moved beyond the factory age, where output was directly tied to time spent working. Now we live in a mastery economy, where value comes from the quality and impact of our work. He stresses that legendary performers aren't workaholics, they are masters of rest. Sharma explains that truly productive people work with intense focus when they are working, but then prioritize deep recovery. He uses the metaphor of seasonal cycles, periods of intense work followed by periods of complete renewal, to illustrate this point. He cautions against the hustle and grind mentality, suggesting it's often rooted in insecurity and ultimately unsustainable. The author then highlights the power of small actions. Sharma shares a personal anecdote about a mosquito bite, drawing a parallel to how seemingly minor things can have significant consequences. He emphasizes that consistent, small improvements in areas like attention to detail, health, and relationships can lead to remarkable results over time. He reiterates his core principle: small, daily, seemingly insignificant improvements, when done consistently over time, lead to stunning results. This is a reminder that progress doesn't always require grand gestures. It's often built on a foundation of small, deliberate choices. Finally, Sharma connects physical health to overall well-being and creative output. He encourages readers to prioritize fitness not just for appearance, but for enhanced concentration, stamina, and willpower. He shares his own experience, explaining how being in excellent physical condition directly impacts the quality of his work. Sharma believes that taking care of your body is an investment in your creativity, leadership, and overall happiness. He urges readers to become creative athletes, striving for peak physical condition to maximize their potential and contribute to a better world. He concludes by encouraging readers to pursue their passions with energy and dedication, reminding them that a healthy body and mind are essential tools for living a purposeful life. Section 15. Robin Sharma presents a powerful message about how we can change our lives by changing the way we think about ourselves and the world around us. He begins by sharing a fascinating story about an experiment where older men were brought to a place that looked like their youth. When they acted and believed they were young again, their bodies actually showed signs of improvement. This shows us how much our minds can affect our bodies and our lives. Sharma emphasizes that believing in yourself and your abilities is the first step to achieving great things. If you don't think you can do something, you won't even try. Sharma explains that we all have a filter through which we see the world. He calls these the 5 creative tools: our thoughts, emotions, words, deeds, and the people we surround ourselves with. These tools shape how we understand life and what we believe is possible. If these tools are strong and positive, we'll see opportunities and believe in our potential. But if they're weak or negative, we'll feel stuck and limited. Sharma suggests that improving these tools is like re-engineering your personal story, allowing you to see a new world full of possibilities. For example, if someone constantly thinks negative thoughts, they need to actively practice gratitude and positive self-talk to shift their mindset. The author uses the story of Buzz Aldrin, the astronaut who walked on the moon, to illustrate a surprising challenge. What happens after you achieve your biggest dream? Aldrin felt lost and without purpose after his incredible accomplishment. Sharma calls this post-moonwalk astronaut affliction. The solution, he says, is to never stop setting new goals and challenges. It's important to keep growing and exploring, always striving for something more. This is like a student who excels in one subject, but then seeks out new courses or extracurricular activities to continue learning and developing. Sharma then shares the inspiring story of Niki Lauda, a Formula One race car driver who survived a near-fatal crash. Lada's incredible resilience and determination to get back in the race, even with severe injuries, demonstrate the power of the human spirit. Sharma highlights 3 key takeaways from Lada's story. Own your toughness, get back to what you love quickly after a setback, and never stop pushing yourself. This is a reminder that challenges can make us stronger, and that we are capable of more than we think. Imagine a basketball player who breaks a leg, but works tirelessly through rehabilitation to return to the court even better than before. Finally, Sharma draws a parallel to Darwin's theory of evolution, explaining that in a changing world, those who adapt and improve will thrive. He introduces the free money model, which contrasts the habits of those who struggle financially with those who achieve abundance. Those who are stuck in a scarcity mindset hoard what they have, operate from fear, and believe money is limited. Those who thrive, however, believe in abundance, give generously, and are grateful for what they have. Sharma encourages readers to adopt the habits of successful people, focusing on service, impact, and a belief in their own potential. He emphasizes that prosperity isn't just about money. It's about living a full, satisfying life with peace, health, and happiness. Sharma concludes by encouraging everyone to become the best version of themselves and to live a life of purpose and meaning. Section 16. Robin Sharma begins by sharing a personal story about a morning coffee shop visit after a tough spin class. He noticed a man who initially seemed like he was down on his luck. But through conversation, Sharma realized this man possessed a quiet wisdom and a fulfilling life connected to the sea. This experience reminded Sharma of a crucial lesson. We shouldn't judge people based on appearances, and we should actively seek connection with others. This ties into activating positivity because Sharma's initial assumptions were challenged, opening him up to a valuable interaction that enriched his day. It's a reminder to approach every person with an open mind and heart, fostering a more positive outlook. Sharma then delivers a strong message about ambition and resilience. He acknowledges that pursuing your dreams, or business in his terms, can be incredibly rewarding but also challenging. He warns that not everyone will be supportive, and some people you trust might disappoint you. This isn't meant to discourage, but to prepare readers for the realities of life. To maximize productivity and live with purpose, Sharma suggests battle-proofing yourself, developing inner strength and caution. He uses the analogy of a boxer needing to keep their guard up, and the proverb, trust yet verify, to emphasize the importance of protecting your interests while still believing in the good in people. This is about being realistic and proactive, not cynical. The author then addresses a comment he received on social media questioning if he ever has fun. Sharma responds that he's serious when it matters, but fully enjoys life when the time is right. He explains his intense focus when working, constantly striving to improve and deliver high-quality work. This dedication isn't about being rigid, but about honoring his craft and taking pride in his work. This is a key element of living a life of purpose, finding something you're passionate about and committing to excellence. He uses the metaphor of a torch, wanting to burn brightly while he has the chance, highlighting the importance of making the most of your time and talents. He then contrasts this focused work with moments of relaxation and enjoyment, emphasizing the need for balance. Sharma then shifts to the importance of building a loyal following around your work, calling it movement making. He explains that the more you help others and serve a greater purpose, the more success and fulfillment you'll experience. He stresses the power of communication, highlighting 4 key practices for becoming a great communicator: deep listening, raw vulnerability, promise-keeping, and truth-telling. Deep listening isn't just hearing words, but truly understanding the other person's perspective. Vulnerability means being authentic and showing your true self, which builds trust. Keeping your promises demonstrates reliability and integrity. And truth-telling, while sometimes difficult, is essential for maintaining self-respect and building genuine connections. Sharma explains that these communication skills aren't about manipulation, but about building genuine relationships and inspiring others. He concludes by emphasizing that the most impactful leaders aren't motivated by fame or power, but by a desire to make the world a better place. This is the ultimate expression of living a life of purpose, using your talents and passions to contribute to something larger than yourself. He encourages readers to focus on being useful rather than seeking recognition, and to let that drive their actions and ambitions. Section 17. Robin Sharma shares a personal story about his home, a place he initially sought for peace and quiet to fuel his work and family life. Over time, the area around his home changed, becoming busier and more crowded, losing the tranquility he once cherished. Instead of moving, Sharma realized these changes weren't setbacks, but opportunities for growth. He understood that facing challenges could actually make him stronger, helping him work through weaknesses and become more resilient. This is a core idea for activating positivity, seeing difficulties not as problems, but as chances to improve. For example, if a student struggles with a tough math problem, instead of getting frustrated, they can view it as a chance to learn and become better at math. Sharma draws a parallel to Roger Daltrey of The who found peace in a simple life away from the excitement of touring. This little life, as Daltrey called it, represents finding joy in simplicity and disconnecting from constant stimulation. Sharma found his own little life at home, and even as the surroundings changed, his love for the place remained. This highlights the importance of appreciating what you have and finding purpose in your everyday life. It's about recognizing that happiness isn't always about big events, but about finding contentment in the present moment, like enjoying a quiet evening with family or a beautiful sunset. The author emphasizes the importance of adapting to change, rather than resisting it. He uses the analogy of a higher power requesting agility, the ability to move and react quickly. This ties into maximizing productivity, because someone who can adapt easily is less likely to get stuck or discouraged when things don't go as planned. Imagine a basketball player who can quickly adjust their strategy during a game. They're more likely to succeed than someone who rigidly sticks to a single plan. Sharma suggests letting go of the need to control everything and surrendering to the natural flow of life. Sharma illustrates this point with a story about Bono and Bruce Springsteen in a Dublin pub. The young men who eagerly sought a photo with Bono missed the opportunity to acknowledge Springsteen, a fellow music legend. This serves as a lesson in treating everyone with respect and honesty, because you never know who you might be interacting with. In terms of living a life of purpose, this means recognizing the value in every person and treating them with kindness. It's about understanding that small acts of decency can have a big impact. Sharma then introduces the GCA Index, 7 gargantuan competitive advantages designed to boost productivity and performance. These aren't complicated strategies, but rather fundamental habits done consistently. Being early, for instance, isn't just about punctuality. It's about showing respect for others' time and creating a calm, focused mindset. Clearing out distractions is about prioritizing what truly matters and eliminating things that drain your energy. Under-promising and over-delivering builds trust and creates a positive reputation. Pursuing depth over superficiality means truly mastering your craft, rather than just skimming the surface. Showing aliveness means being fully present and engaged in your interactions. And finally, coming to play means approaching your work with enthusiasm and a positive attitude. Sharma points out a trend towards mediocrity and deprofessionalization, where people are less engaged and less skilled in their work. He argues that by embracing the GCAs, individuals can stand out and achieve exceptional results. This is about taking ownership of your work and striving for excellence, even when others don't. It's about being a heavyweight operator who takes pride in their craft. The author concludes with a powerful reflection on the fragility of life, referencing Steve Jobs' final words. He encourages readers to live with intention, to pursue their passions, and to make a positive impact on the world. He reminds them that life is short and that it's important to make the most of every moment. Sharma urges readers to trust their strength, embrace challenges, and live a life filled with purpose and joy, so that when their time comes, they too can exclaim, "Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow." He ends with a message of encouragement, reminding everyone that they are stronger, braver, and more capable than they realize. Section 18. Robin Sharma begins by highlighting that truly great leaders aren't necessarily brilliant at doing things, but at imagining them and then inspiring others to bring those visions to life. However, he quickly points out a crucial idea. You can't inspire anyone if you yourself aren't feeling inspired. It seems obvious, but Sharma stresses its importance. He playfully suggests his ideal job title would be Chief Inspiration Officer, because a leader's main job is to get their team excited about a shared goal and help them become their best selves. This isn't about bossing people around, but about uplifting them and making a positive impact. Sharma emphasizes the need to actively seek out inspiration, because it doesn't just happen on its own. He personally avoids things that bring him down, like negative news or draining people, and instead focuses on activities that lift his spirits and fuel his creativity. He gives examples like taking a quiet retreat by the ocean, having conversations with people he admires, reading uplifting books, exercising, meditating, or even simply spending time in his garden listening to music. He even describes mapping out his goals for the next 2 years in a journal, a way of turning intentions into creative energy. He also values connecting with family, learning from his parents' life lessons, and exploring his city with a fresh perspective. These aren't luxuries, Sharma explains, but essential tools for maintaining the energy needed to excel and contribute to the world. He's honest about the fact that inspiration isn't constant. He acknowledges having ups and downs, and he's learned to trust those cycles. When he feels uninspired, he sees it as a natural off-season and allows himself to rest and recharge, whether that means taking a morning off, a day off, or even a longer sabbatical. He contrasts his approach with those who believe in strict daily routines, like some famous writers, acknowledging that while that works for them, it doesn't work for him. Sharma explains that forcing creativity often leads to mediocre results. He prefers to wait for the muse, that spark of inspiration, to strike, and when it doesn't, he's okay with taking a break. Sharma beautifully describes inspiration as being breathed into us, a gift from a higher intelligence. He urges readers to protect their inspiration and use it to do work that truly matters. He anticipates criticism for his unconventional methods, acknowledging that those who prioritize inspiration may be seen as strange or eccentric. He quotes Nietzsche, reminding us that those who don't understand the music often think the dancers are crazy. The author then shifts to a more urgent tone, posing a thought experiment. What if you only had 6 months to live? He asks what you would stop doing and what you would start doing. He lists examples of things people might let go of over-identifying with work, getting lost in digital distractions, holding on to anger, and things they might embrace expressing love, pursuing passions, savoring life's simple pleasures. This exercise is meant to help readers prioritize what truly matters and live more fully in the present moment. Sharma then draws on the wisdom of Stoic philosopher Seneca, who warned against chasing success at the expense of a meaningful life. He points out that many people focus on achieving external validation, like having a year named after them, rather than enjoying the journey and appreciating the small joys. He cautions against becoming so focused on achieving a goal that you forget to live. He encourages readers to question whether their pursuits are truly worth sacrificing their happiness and well-being. Finally, Sharma warns against the dangers of complacency after achieving success. He uses the concept of entropy, the natural tendency towards disorder, to explain how even the greatest accomplishments can decay over time. He emphasizes the importance of humility, continuous learning, and maintaining a relentless commitment to excellence. He introduces the idea of a Titan's decline, a process where arrogance, repetition, mediocrity, and loss of passion lead to irrelevance. He offers a worksheet to help readers identify and address these potential pitfalls. He concludes by encouraging readers to embrace their unique gifts and share them with the world, even if it means facing criticism or opposition, reminding them that truly meaningful work often provokes strong reactions. Section 19. Robin Sharma dives deep into building a life filled with happiness, getting things done, and finding what truly matters. He begins by acknowledging the negativity that can hold people back, the critical voices, the trolls who try to tear down your dreams. Sharma presents a powerful idea. View these critics not as enemies, but as teachers. They point out areas where you can grow, helping you become stronger and better. He encourages readers to thank these people, even though it's hard, because their negativity reveals your weaknesses, giving you a chance to improve. Sharma explains that often, people who are critical are hurting themselves. They may be jealous of your courage to pursue your passions, or they may be unhappy with their own lives. He suggests understanding their pain, rather than taking their words personally. He uses the analogy of moths to a flame, explaining that when you shine brightly, you'll attract both supporters and those who try to dim your light. This is natural and shouldn't stop you from pursuing your goals. Sharma emphasizes that truly happy people don't spend their time tearing others down. They're too busy building their own amazing lives. The author then tackles the idea of haters being damaged dreamers. He believes everyone has talent inside, but fear and past disappointments often cause people to give up on their dreams. Instead of expressing their own creativity, they try to discourage others. Sharma encourages readers to ignore these people and focus on their own path. He quotes J.K. Rowling, who said that powerful work often generates strong reactions, both positive and negative. The more groundbreaking your work, the more criticism you might face. Sharma suggests that criticism from those who don't understand your craft isn't worth listening to. He uses the example of art, explaining that true artistry often looks simple because of years of practice and knowing what not to include. Sharma illustrates his points with a personal story about meeting Muhammad Ali as a teenager. He recounts how his mother's persistence led to a memorable encounter with the boxing legend, highlighting the importance of seizing opportunities and cherishing meaningful experiences. This story serves as a reminder to appreciate the simple joys in life and to be grateful for positive interactions. Shifting focus to living a fulfilling life, Sharma questions the traditional idea of legacy. He argues that worrying about how you'll be remembered after you're gone is less important than how you live your life now. He asks readers to consider qualities like kindness, forgiveness, and respect, suggesting these are more valuable than seeking fame or recognition. He shares wisdom from Desmond Tutu, emphasizing the importance of standing up for what you believe in with courage and compassion. Sharma then presents 5 common regrets people have on their deathbeds. The first is not maintaining perspective, getting caught up in worries that ultimately don't matter. He shares a story about a man who imagined beautiful scenery for his friend, only for the friend to discover the view was a brick wall, illustrating the power of imagination and positive thinking. The second regret is caring too much about what others think, hindering authenticity and courage. Sharma encourages readers to be themselves, even if it means appearing foolish. The third regret is wasting time on unimportant things, urging readers to use their time wisely and pursue meaningful activities. The fourth regret is not enjoying life's journey, reminding readers to find joy in everyday moments. Sharma stresses that working hard is important, but so is making time for fun and happiness. Finally, the fifth regret is not being kinder and more loving, highlighting the importance of compassion and forgiveness. Sharma concludes by emphasizing that loving others is the greatest power of all, and that a life filled with kindness is a life well lived. He encourages readers to embrace their potential, live with purpose, and make a positive impact on the world. Section 20. Robin Sharma encourages readers to bravely step into a life brimming with positivity, productivity, and purpose, understanding that these elements aren't destinations, but ways of traveling through life. He emphasizes that often we delay joy, waiting for a someday that may never arrive. Sharma illustrates this with the image of an elderly man happily enjoying life in a convertible, a reminder that pursuing passions shouldn't be postponed until retirement or better circumstances. Instead, he suggests embracing a mindset of time for fun now even amidst challenges. This is about activating positivity by choosing joy in the present moment, rather than deferring it to an uncertain future. Sharma stresses the importance of acting on opportunities when they arise, sharing his own story about almost missing a chance to meet Harvey Keitel. He initially let fear and insecurity prevent him from connecting with someone he admired, a regret he carried until a second chance presented itself years later. This illustrates a key point about productivity: overcoming the internal obstacles, the what-ifs and self-doubt that prevent us from taking action. Sharma advises trusting your intuition and heart, as they often hold more wisdom than overthinking. He suggests that even if we fail, the courage to try is more valuable than the regret of inaction. The author highlights the power of human connection and kindness as central to a purposeful life. He recounts an encounter with a driver in South Africa who found immense joy simply in seeing other people, a perspective shaped by witnessing loss. This story encourages readers to appreciate the everyday moments and the people around them, shifting focus from self-absorption to genuine connection. Sharma also shares the example of Pau Gasol, the basketball player who graciously took time to connect with every fan, demonstrating that small acts of kindness can have a significant impact. This illustrates that purpose isn't found in grand gestures, but in consistent acts of decency and attention to others. Sharma challenges readers to live authentically, even if it means facing disapproval or loneliness. He asks a series of powerful questions about courage, integrity, and the willingness to pursue one's dreams, even in the face of potential failure or criticism. This is about defining purpose on your own terms, not by seeking external validation. He encourages readers to embrace solitude and stillness, finding strength in their own inner world. This internal fortitude allows one to pursue a life aligned with their values, free from the need to conform or please others. Finally, Sharma urges readers to live fully and generously, giving more than they take and treating everyone with respect. He suggests simplifying life, avoiding the trap of endless acquisition, and focusing on experiences and relationships. He emphasizes the importance of surrounding oneself with wisdom, inspiration, and self-awareness. Ultimately, Sharma's message is a call to embrace one's potential, live with intention, and become the everyday hero they were meant to be, recognizing that a life of purpose is built on small, consistent acts of kindness, courage, and authenticity. And that brings us to the end of our summary of this book. I hope you found it insightful and valuable. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe for more. Your support helps us bring you more great content. Thanks for watching.